December 22, 1944. The Ardennes forest buried under blizzards, fog, and ice. Then a message came through that changed everything. Third Army cannot move. Weather impossible. The man who received it was General George S. Patton, and what happened in the next 48 hours would redefine the Battle of the Bulge. This is the story of that moment and the words that followed. At that moment, the U.S. 101st Airborne Division was surrounded in Bastogne. If Bastogne fell, the German advance would split the Allied front in two, giving Hitler a final chance to force a negotiated peace. Commanders across the Western Front feared this was the moment the German army would regain the initiative. The situation was collapsing fast. Hours earlier, at Verdun, the top Allied commanders had gathered around Eisenhower. The atmosphere was tense, and frozen reports of German spearheads breaking through American lines were piling up by the minute. Retreats, cut communications, destroyed bridges, entire units are missing in the snow. Eisenhower asked the question everyone dreaded. "Gentlemen, how fast can we relieve Bastogne?" One by one, the commanders hesitated. Roads were iced over. Snowstorms grounded Allied aircraft. Entire armored columns were immobilized. Then Patton spoke. Against all logic, Patton promised he would pivot 3 divisions, the 4th Armored, 80th Infantry, and the 26th Infantry, turn them 90 degrees, and attack north toward Bastogne within 48 hours. The room fell silent. No one believed the maneuver was possible. The terrain was frozen. Roads were narrow, buried under drifts. Visibility was so low that even reconnaissance vehicles were skidding off the edges. Even Eisenhower challenged him. "Do you really mean that, George? Or are you being optimistic?" Patton replied, "I can do it." After the meeting, Eisenhower pulled his chief of staff, General Walter Smith, aside. According to Smith's account, Eisenhower whispered, "I'm betting everything on Patton. If he fails, the Germans break our center." But privately, Eisenhower also admitted this might be the moment the world saw the full capability of the Third Army. Still, he was uneasy, because the one thing Patton could not control was the weather. Over the next 48 hours, reports streamed in from Third Army headquarters. Against all expectations, Patton's forces were doing it, breaking contact with the Germans, swinging north, and pushing through freezing rain and ice. The 4th Armored Division covered nearly 100 miles in under 2 days, an unprecedented winter march. Columns of Sherman tanks churned through sludge. Half-tracks skidded across frozen hills. Men marched in temperatures that dipped well below freezing. But the weather still trapped Allied aircraft on the ground. Without air support, Patton's relief force risked walking straight into entrenched German armor. And that was when Patton made a decision unlike anything else in the war. On December 22, Patton called for Chaplain James O'Neill. O'Neill later wrote that Patton leaned in and said, "I want you to write me a prayer for good weather." O'Neill hesitated. Patton insisted. The final wording, historically verified, read, "Almighty God, grant us fair weather for battle, that we may move swiftly and deliver your blows with devastating power." Patton had 250,000 copies printed and distributed to every soldier in the Third Army. Then, on the morning of December 23rd, the call came into 1st Army headquarters. "General, Patton on the line." Eisenhower picked up. "We have clear skies over the Ardennes." For the first time in a week, the storm had broken. Eisenhower's staff watched his shoulders drop. He exhaled deeply. "Say it again. The skies are clear." "Confirmed." The impact was immediate. Allied aircraft grounded for a week took off in waves. P-47 Thunderbolts strafed German supply lines. C-47 transport planes dropped supplies into Bastogne. And Patton's tanks surged forward under blue skies. Newspapers across Europe called it the break in the weather. German commanders were stunned. Their entire offensive depended on keeping the skies closed. In private letters to British commanders, Eisenhower wrote, "Patton accomplished what no other general could have done." But he also added a caution. His brilliance comes with storms of its own. In letters home, Eisenhower admitted how close disaster had come. In his diary, he wrote, "For sheer audacity and speed, George Patton remains unmatched." Patton, for his part, also wrote in his diary on December 23rd, "Clear weather at last. God truly works in mysterious ways." Chaplain O'Neill later noted, "The prayer was Patton's idea entirely. He believed morale depended on it, and morale is a weapon." This moment revealed the complex dynamic between Patton and Eisenhower. Friction on the surface, deep reliance underneath. The relief of Bastogne did not just save the 101st Airborne. It broke the momentum of the German Ardennes offensive. Hitler's last gamble in the West collapsed. The maneuver cemented Patton's reputation as the most aggressive field commander in the Allied forces. From then on, he was granted more operational freedom because he had proven, once again, that speed and boldness could turn a battle. If this moment of leadership under impossible pressure resonated with you, subscribe for more untold stories from Patton's war room. Tell me in the comments which commander, unit, or forgotten moment you want next.